Nice to have you with us on what we will call Tuesday podcast.
Tuesday.
This is like Friday for Al going on a mini vacation. What's up, Al?
Oh, hi there, Jerry. Yesterday we did a podcast on the state of sports talk radio.
Yes.
And Craig Carton even popped in. Unbeknownst to us, he came in and asked him some questions. So today I thought, Jerry, we would follow up with that. And I tweeted out, yesterday we did a podcast on the state of sports talk radio. For today's show, we are taking your questions on the state of sports radio. Ask any sports radio questions here, and we will discuss on the podcast
Now,
today.
what type of reaction do you get to that?
I got a lot of negative reaction about how everybody hates everything.
But you did get a lot of reaction.
But I did get a lot of reaction.
Okay.
So I do have a lot of things here. Let's see. I want to get some good ones. Hold on, Jerry. I probably should have had this. Okay. Let's see. Man. As I was ready to go, I hit refresh and a whole bunch of things. All right, hold
Probably
on.
had them all lined up.
I did have them all lined up. Man, some of these are just like people.
Mean?
Yeah, just idiotic.
I know.
Let's see. This is really a great way to start, isn't it, Jerry? Maybe we edit this entire part out.
You could do that. Well, I'll tell you, this Twitter thing is interesting, or X thing is interesting, because the radio station put the conversation I had with Boomer yesterday about Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto, and all I did was ask the question, how difficult it is for two guys that seemingly have had issues, which we know they have, the owner said they had them, to coexist. And someone quote tweeted it, sent it to Evan. Evan didn't even watch it and called my take ridiculous.
Yeah, it is funny. We do that. We do that even knowing when we've been tricked by that in the past.
What the hell? I went and confronted him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, he's like, oh, I didn't read it or listen to it. I'm like, well, why would you comment on it then? And then I explained it to him. He's like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, hey, screw you.
Yeah. Here's one. Suffering Jim asks, predict what the morning show will look like in 5 years.
Hell if I know.
In 5 years, I will have retired.
For sure.
For sure.
Really?
5 years? I think so. We got Gio will still be here.
I would think he's got young kids.
Yeah. Boomer, who knows? Boomer's the wild card here.
Yeah.
Will Boomer still be here in 5 years?
Don't know.
And if not, who will be in his spot?
Don't know.
Good questions.
And I don't know if I'm still here in 5 years. Whether I'm let go or if I move on, I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
I think Rami will still be here with G. I mean, I think we kind of know that.
Mm-hmm.
No, right? I mean, G's got young kids. Rami's, unless he's moved on and become a talk show host.
Right.
I don't know that I can give you much of a prediction there.
Yes, I can't either. Alan Jerry, which do you enjoy doing more? This is from Dustin. Your normal 6 to 10 shift supporting the morning show or doing the pregame show and postgame podcast as host? Discuss the pros and cons of each role.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I would say when you get into radio, for the most part, you want to talk on the microphone. So for me, I enjoy, you're asking me, do I enjoy yelling into the microphone for an hour or screening terrible phone calls? It's doing the warm-up show.
Yeah.
Now I enjoy when I get on the air on Boomer and Gio and I get to have some of my weird takes, and especially if those weird takes are looked at strangely by you guys on the air. I do really get a kick out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's in prime time, that's even better than the 5 a.m. I actually think there are times when I yell and scream from 5 to 6 that goes nowhere, like awful announcing doesn't pick it up, nothing. And if I said that at 8 o'clock in the morning, management might come to me. But I actually legitimately think like at 6 a.m. I could be like, talk about women's sports, politics, transgender. Nothing leaves the 5 o'clock hour. You say that at 8 o'clock,
you could have
articles written about you.
I would agree. So this for me will be a two-parter.
Yeah.
I would say, and I hate to go back to this, but when I had a tape op that handled all the sound, I really enjoyed it. I did. I looked at I always looked at what I do. I remember Craig saying this to me early on. He would say, you've got back then he said, I had between 8 and 12 minutes. He goes, if you're going good, we're going to give you the 12 or 13 minutes and it kind of gives us a break and we can interact. And if you suck at the 7 or 8 minute mark, we're going to move on and then go get ready for the next one. So I always took that as I get like out of 3 segments an hour, I get a segment. It's like a blank canvas. I get to go do something. And back in the day, it was fun when I would have this like collection of sound that I could just go through and listen and try and piece something fun together. I don't enjoy it anymore because that sound isn't there anymore. And to come up with anything takes a lot of time. There's no time to write. So I don't enjoy this nearly as much as I used to, but it's because of circumstance more than anything. And I do enjoy the 5 to 6, and I enjoy doing the podcast.
Yeah.
So I would pick this, but there are reasons for it.
All right. Ali Mons wants to know, why are weekly spots like having a manager or coach no longer happening and not even having a lot of guests call in, like former players and reporters? I know that happens more on podcasts, but I miss WFAN shows having these types of guests.
So do I, Ali Mons.
I'll tell you that the managers, coaches, weekly segments are way more expensive than you think.
I agree with that. I know that.
So to get Joe Torre on when he was on, to pay Aaron Boone now as manager, to pay Joe Girardi, to pay Eli Manning,
It's fortune.
it is a fortune.
Yeah.
And you don't make it up.
Yeah. You really need a sales guy to go out and sell the crap out of it.
Yeah.
And I also think you've got to be very selective with who, if you're going to do it, who you're going to put on. If you're going to put on a guy that's got no personality, it is a turnoff.
Yes.
But there have been guys in the past. It was must listen to radio. And that's where I think it's worth it. That to me is the same conversation as just guests in general. You don't just put a guest on for the sake of guest's sake. It's got to be something that makes sense. It's relevant, and the guest brings something to the table. And we've gone the extreme other way. I agree. The way it was horrible, horrible. Which writer from this newspaper just to put someone on?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But we've also gone the complete opposite, where now it's like I'll be point blank. The other radio station had Brian Burns on yesterday. Brian Burns is a good interview. We're the home of the Giants. Why is he not on here once in a while? And I don't know that any of these shows, even now, Craig's show, they put people on for sure. I don't know if any other show here even makes a phone call to the Giants. Now, I don't want just anybody, but I was driving home like, son of a bitch, Brian Burns is a good get because he's a talker. He's a good one.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of with Ali Mountains on this one.
I think one, they're expensive, right?
Yeah.
So that's why. Then, we had in the early days of Boomer and Carton, we had a New York Jet player,
Thomas Jones.
We had Thomas Jones one year, and we had Kerry Rhodes another year. The problem is when you commit to a season with these guys and they or their team is having a bad season,
it's brutal.
They're painful. For the most part, now you mentioned Brian Burns was a good interview. For the most part, the current players say nothing.
Sure.
Eli Manning going on every week and saying nothing is
awful.
boring.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why you don't see a lot of them. The writers, the things, all the information they have, they're putting on social media now. So no one is going to save good information. Like Connor Hughes, when he comes on quite a lot to these different shows on the Fan.
I know Craig likes him a lot.
Yeah. You're not going to get anything on there that he hasn't put out on Twitter because that's his livelihood.
True. But the one mistake I think, there's no mistake. The one thing I think you are not counting on is not everybody is on social media. Most are.
That's true.
Most are. There's no doubt most are. A lot of guys our age and older are not. And our audience, whether we like to say it or not, is not guys in their 20s and 30s anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
that's a
40s,
good point.
50s, 60s, and 70s. And I do think, so I'll ask a question and give me an honest answer. In some cases, what do some of our hosts know more than the guy sitting in section 365 that goes to every game?
Nothing.
Yeah. So I think when you have an opportunity to talk to people that are in the locker rooms, that do have the relationships, and I do think some of our audience is not on social media. I mean, I look at myself as someone who I'm on it, but I have like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I miss a lot. I really, because I'm not like my son is on it nonstop. It drives me crazy. I get it. He's 21. That's what they do. I'm not the complete opposite. I'm somewhere in the middle. I miss a lot. So to me, I look forward to those interviews, but I do understand your point that a lot of the information is there. If you want to go find it, it's readily available. That is true.
The other problem too is, I'm just going to use Connor Hughes as an example because we've been talking about. So let's say you put Connor Hughes on Friday
Yeah.
before the Jet game,
Okay.
and then he's really good. And then the next week, you go, hey, let's put Connor Hughes on Friday. You put Connor Hughes on Friday. And the next time you call, and Connor Hughes is at some point going to go, am I going to get paid for
Oh,
this?
for sure.
You know what I mean? So then it's like,
yes.
okay, so how often do you put a guy on before they want to get paid for contributing because
Yeah.
they know all these other people that are
Getting
weekly
paid.
regular guests get paid?
I think that's where you have to pick your spots.
Yeah.
And you can't go back to the well too often. I would think, Connor Hughes going on, I think in the morning, going on with Craig in the afternoon, I think is good for Connor Hughes. I do.
Yeah.
But you're right. If you keep calling him every week, he's going to be like, at some point, can you pay me for my time?
Yes.
But if I'm Connor Hughes and Craig calls me in August and December, I'm going on with him.
Oh, yeah.
But you are
Yeah.
right. You can't have them on
Even
every
once
other
a
week.
month, I would go on if I was.
And that even might start to push it a little
Yeah.
bit. But I agree with you. You are right about that.
Okay, this guy doesn't have a name on Twitter. It says, it seems like podcasts are the future. For me, though, there is nothing like listening to live radio as soon as breaking news hits. What do you see as the advantages of sports radio versus podcasts?
Well, that is one. The immediacy of that, because even now you can do a live YouTube show. We know people have done that. And Sal has even told me and shown me some analytics that when he goes on live after breaking news, his numbers are much better. But not everyone's going to run to YouTube, and the radio is, especially in the car, it's readily available. So I'm with him on that.
Yeah, there is something really weird about wanting to hear something that's actually live.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like when I get in the car, put FAN on.
Okay.
I don't see myself putting, like, if I'm putting the Carton Show on and I put it on, I'm not going to go to the app and listen to the start of the Carton Show.
You want to hear what's happening now.
Yeah, I want it live right now.
Sure.
And I don't know why that is, that there's something comforting about a live.
Yeah.
I'm also like, I am very critical of sports radio until I'm a listener in the car.
What does that mean?
Like when I'm a listener in the car, it's on in the, I don't know, sound corny and say it's like being with a friend. It's a comforting thing.
It's like a companion.
I don't necessarily care what they're talking about. It's just them talking.
You know what you're describing right now
Yeah.
for me is baseball.
Yeah.
I
Right.
love having baseball in I do. Does it mean I watch every inning? No, I wouldn't claim that. But every single night at 7:00, I got a game. And I throw it on, even if my wife calls me into the kitchen to do something, it's on in the background. I hear, oh, Gary Cohen got excited. I go run in and see you. Michael Cage is like, see ya. I got to go see who hit the home run. And then to me, it's the same thing you're talking about when you're in the car with sports radio.
Yeah.
It's like a companion that's there every day.
Yeah.
And it is corny, but it's true.
Yep.
That's why the idea of shortening the season makes sense from a competitive standpoint, keeping guys healthy. But I don't want the season shortened. I want those games every night. So that is funny you bring that up like that.
That's yeah. What are your thoughts on nepotism in the industry? How long before Carton runs off Big Mac for Sonny Carton?
Well, I hope Big Mac got a 10-year contract.
Yes, great question.
That's actually very funny.
Well, one of the things I hear about nepotism in the industry, maybe you'll agree, disagree, is that, and I've heard the guys say it, the fathers and the sons,
Mm-hmm.
that yes, the son got an opportunity that other people would not have gotten because of his father.
For sure.
But if you suck, you ain't.
Right. So that's Ian and Noah.
Right.
Ian is on record as saying as such. In an article, it was last year when Noah, I think, was picked to do one of the Christmas Day games, maybe the playoff games for Peacock, whatever. There was an article with Ian in the New York Post where he absolutely said, yeah, I know he got the job because of me, but if he wasn't good, he would not have lasted more than a game.
Right.
So that's all true. So the question or answer is twofold. Yeah, there are people out there that are probably better than others, but they'll never get the opportunity. And that sucks.
Right.
For the kid that does get the chance, it means he worked his ass off and he keeps the job because he's really good. But there's no question. Life is unfair. I was having this conversation with a kid he's going to graduate either this year or next year from college. And all I keep telling him is meet people, meet people, meet people. He's like, okay, well, I mean, because if you don't meet people, you ain't getting the job. The idea that you're just going to send in a resume may work for a couple, but most people that get really good jobs is because they knew someone that got you in. The same way we're talking about nepotism with kids. It's like, all jokes aside. So if the radio station, let's say next year, said we're going to hire a tape op, you have any in mind? Yeah, my son just went to school for it. Who are they going to hire? My son or some kid just sends in a blank resume? I would think they would hire my son because A, I'm responsible for him, but B, it's coming from my recommendation. Does that suck for other applicants? Yeah, but it doesn't mean it won't work. The whole thing is that's a tough one.
Right. How many games across sports has Kenny Albert done?
Oof. In his career?
Yeah, in his
Holy
career. I mean,
God.
it's an insane amount. So
Thousands.
did he get his first opportunity because he was Marv Albert's son?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
But clearly, he's very good.
Yeah.
Then, not to say he was terrible. I didn't listen to him enough. But Chris Collinsworth's son, who got the thing on NBC, he's not there anymore. Like
He's not. They let him go with other people.
they let him go. So maybe he doesn't get another. Like that may have been, and it was a huge opportunity. That may have been his opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get another shot. But just because you're somebody's son doesn't mean you get to stick around.
True. Very true.
All right, let's see. Here's from Farbs.
Farbs.
Why the dramatic decline in actual sports talk? Every hour on most WFAN programs have a tremendous amount of time spent on non-sports topics. We're not here to hear about your kids, your pets, your dietary habits, your wife's shopping sprees.
I like how you're getting very forceful as you start reading this. Yeah, I mean, this is the conversation we had yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will tell you as a sports geek, like I love Gordon Damer. I turned him on this morning at 3:00 and he was doing the TikTok thing again. I turned it off. I said, all right. I did it the other day and I got some content out of it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested today. I literally turned it on wanting to know how the Mets held off. I was curious if he was going to break down the end of the Met game. What else happened? And silly me, he did it at 4, which is fine. And that's a guy trying to get through 5 hours. So I don't fault him for that. But I understand his point that you only listen for a short time.
Yeah.
And when you expect to go to a sports station and they're talking about, like even today, I did the whole thing, young guy, old guy. I try to keep a couple of sports topics in there, but like I could see someone be like, what the hell is this? I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Every show's not going to be for everyone all 4 hours.
No chance.
I mean, I would listen to Howard Stern, and I loved Howard Stern for the news and when they were busting on Gary's chops or something. When Howard was going to bring a porno star in, I really was not interested
Really?
in that.
Interesting.
Yeah. This one I'm going to leave for you just to answer, Jerry.
Okay.
This comes from T.
You put me in a spot like you trying to do a Rami?
Why is Craig Carton such a dick?
He's not.
Oh.
What are you leaving that for me for?
I just thought you would better.
I love Craig. That's not, there's no secret there.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, T, I disagree.
I agree as well. I agree with you, Jerry.
Yes.
Craig, and by the way, Craig off the air, very pleasant.
Tremendous. He's like, yeah, I love Craig. I'll stop there.
All right. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through some of these.
You got a lot of responses.
Oh, a lot.
Wow.
Here's an interesting one. This comes from Luke T. When you're staring down a 4-hour block every morning, what does the prep work actually look like? How much of the rundown is mapped out with specific segment angles versus letting the conversation and caller flow take over organically?
So for me, it's all of that. I can't speak for anybody else. So I just did 2 shows with Boomer. I lay out, I wait for so I put together a skeleton of the show basically by 4:30. Usually around that time, you send you send your show sheet.
And my show sheet is just a list of topics.
Right.
And I try to organize them by Mets,
relevance.
Like I'll do Mets, Yankees, Giants, Jets, other NFL, other baseball, other weird things like WNBA stuff, and if there's a funny
any other oddities,
TMZ headline, yeah,
right. So when I get yours, I then cross reference and see what I missed, or I like when a lot of what I have you had. So that makes me think, all right,
Yeah.
we're working in the same wavelength here. And then what I will do, and I do send it to CBS so they're ready for graphics. I have my lead at 6. I have the odd type of story at 45, a lead at 7, and all the way to 10. But a day like today, I didn't get through at least 3 topics that I had put down because the show took us in a different direction. And so for me, I then kind of divert and stick with what I think is a hot topic or a good topic or a topic someone's called in and wanting to discuss. So I do try and put some effort in planning it just so that if it's not going well, I can at least look down and be like, all right, we forgot to discuss this. Because I will admit and tell you, when I first started doing this, um, and filling in years ago in the summer, nothing going on between the ears when a topic we would get through a little quicker than I thought.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, now what? And this ain't just radio. We got TV cameras staring at us.
Yes.
And they can tell when you're fidgety and you're at the computer. So I really do map it out, but I am ready to adjust on the fly.
I also think it's interesting, which people don't see even on TV, when you'll come in to do an update, you you have a game plan. I'm gonna do start with the Yankees, Mets,
Mhm.
Giants training camp, Jets training
Yeah.
camp. And you'll come in here and you're sitting there and TV knows what order you're gonna go in, so they got the highlights ready. And in leading into you, Boomer and Geo start talking about Jackson Dart and taking hits, da da da. And you'll talk into now Rami and say, "Hey, tell them I'm gonna start with Giants now."
Right.
Like
Keep the flow.
you'll keep the flow so that
Yeah.
when they go to you, instead of starting with the Yankees and getting back to what they were talking about, you'll start there and then adjust
Yeah. And I think the
on the
conversation
fly.
works better.
Yeah. Here we go. Another one was the shift from my constant stream of interviews with key New York sports personalities to inane bro talk intentional, or did WFAN lose access to the sports personalities? Well, we already discussed that earlier. I never knew a thing about the personal lives of Mike and the Mad Dog and liked it that way.
That is not true.
Of-
100% incorrect if
Yep.
you listen to Mike and Chris. You knew about Chris's kids. You knew about Jeannie, his wife. You knew about how much of a pain in the ass he would reference his kids as. You knew about his father, Tony. You knew about his mom. You knew about Mike's wife. That's categorically false and bullcrap.
Yep. And in fact, it's funny because even back then, when people talk about Mike and the Mad Dog now, when they go, "Hey, what was your favorite?" They'll bring up things like when they analyze the Oscars, the
Mhm.
best pictures.
Yeah, sure.
Did you see Daredevil?
Yep.
Like a lot of times it is non-sports stuff as well.
Moments for
Yeah.
sure. Ro, his wife.
Yep.
I feel like I met her once, but I feel like I knew her from listening.
All right, let's see. Let me get some more of these, Jerry. Let me get a
Oh boy.
some of these are just so mean.
And rude.
Yeah.
Give me a mean one. If it's to us, I'm not if they're killing someone else.
Okay. This comes from Jerry Thornton.
Okay.
Do you get mad knowing your careers were spent in a dying industry?
No, they've first of all, it's not dead yet, and two, it's paid us a lot of money.
Right.
So,
It's so
no, I'm good.
funny.
I am fine.
Let's see.
God.
Here's one, Mr. Know-It-All. So this will be good, Jerry. Why does sports radio continue to use old tropes such as coming up after the break, we'll tell you what such and such GM said about his player to try to hook us when we can just go to our phones and look it up?
I go on the basis that everyone's in their car.
Correct. That's how I agree with that. Like the host is assuming you're in your car.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten hooked
So have I.
on Evan saying something or Craig
Absolutely.
saying something,
No doubt.
and I'm driving.
Yes.
Now, if I'm in my home listening, I might go, well, what did he say?
And I do listen at home on Alexa with Evan and Tiki a lot of times,
Yeah.
and Craig in the afternoon. But most of my sports radio listening is in the car.
Yeah. I think the station even would acknowledge that. All right, let's see.
Funny.
I'm just trying to get one more before
Yeah.
we end it here.
These are fun. These are good.
Yes.
The mean one wasn't so mean.
No, it wasn't so
That
mean.
was all right. I had a guy
All right,
yesterday
here's
call me
one.
a loser. Thank you.
Jerry Connors wants to know, what is the point of dumb shtick like Tommy's Positive Tommy? Doesn't it hurt the radio's credibility when such awful and off-base takes are being spewed daily? Or is it just to get the audience riled up and respond?
I would leave that for Tommy to answer. I've never been that type of person on the radio. I don't do things for clicks. I say what I actually think. I don't know if that's how he believes, if that the
Yeah,
way he believes or not. I don't. I do tend to be more positive, but I'm a realist. When things are dead, things are dead. So you'd have to ask Tommy that one. I have no idea.
I would say the fact that you're aware of that Tommy does that is probably part of why he does it.
As long as people continue to listen.
Yeah, like he is. People know him as Positive Tommy now, even if you hate it.
For sure, which is great,
You do know it.
but you got to keep listening.
Oh man, I want to do one more.
Yeah, sure. Is there one you remember that you're trying to find?
Let's see.
Or you just wanna end with that
I
one?
just wanted to. Well, I did get a one from Sean Morash, who works here. He wants to know, why did Spike ruin WFAN? Which is a great question.
I love Spike. That's funny.
All right.
Why do people think that? I'm going to ask you, there's my question. Why is that a common thought from some people on social media that Spike was a
I don't
bad
know.
influence?
I love it though because it's so funny.
It's
I don't know what
weird.
it's based on.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you. You have to answer one of these. Sherry.
Okay. Oh, no.
One of these two.
Okay.
One from Lou. Why is an ex-con occupying sacred airtime? You could either answer that one, Jerry, or why are the Jews so prevalent in sports radio? I guess either one of those.
So I'm going to go with the first one.
This is what I get, Jerry, when I try to put out a nice question and answer.
I'll go with the first one.
People are nuts.
Because he's incredibly talented and he's
Mhm.
really good at what he does.
Okay.
All right. So you want to categorize him however you want. He's really good.
Okay. I don't know what this one means, Jerry. Maybe you do. Was Mike really opening his mail on the air and Dog got pissed about it?
I don't know. So Mike did used to open his mail on the air. Yes, the fan mail. Like he didn't bring his mail in from home to check his bills.
Okay, so you would get mail here.
Yeah, he would get listener mail. And he would open it and read it as they were doing a talk show. That is true. Did Chris get mad? Probably. I could see that annoying him, especially if he would take call after call and Mike wouldn't reply because he was reading a fan letter and Chris was left in. That's possible. I
Yeah.
think the people that would answer that better would be an Eddie Erickson, a Sal Licata, or a Chris Carlin, Malusis, guys that were in the control room for a long time with them.
They would know.
Yeah, they would really
See,
know.
I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah, no, I remember those days.
And let's just close with this one. This is more of a statement, Jerry. Let me get the guy's name. Michael Rothenberg says, Al, you are a pervert. Get help. Ready?
Have a good long weekend now.
Enjoy, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, that was funny.
And that was your questions answered about sports talk radio.
Too funny.
That was fun.
Hey, try and have a good long weekend, all right?
I will, Jerry.
Come back refreshed on
Yes.
Monday. I think we're all together next week.
Yes, we're all together next week.
I think.
Now, tomorrow, who's doing the warm-up show?
I don't know.
So you
Probably Fliegelman and CeeLo.
Oh, the CeeLo.
Yeah, the Fleelo, they call it.
Fleelo?
They call it Fleelo.
Fleelo.
Yeah.
All right, I like that. That's
I'm pretty
good.
sure.
All right, cool.
So you got that tomorrow, 5
All right,
a.m.
Jerry. We'll see you the warm-up show now following this. That was me and
It was really good.
Fleelo. That was me and CeeLo.
Yeah.
So